Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. Chetina here from Yoga for the Soul Retreats. I'm just going to wait here till I can start to see you popping up. And thank you for being so accommodating. And from that change from yesterday to today, the full moon's having quite an effect on me and affecting my sleep. So just let me know if you can hear me okay and see me. And actually let me know how you're finding this full moon that's upon us. Great, looks like you can hear me all right. That's wonderful. Okay, so I'm just going to move on this week through to the next stage of the SWAN meditation. So last week we looked at the ambitions and needs around that goal that you've set for yourself for this year. And I'm just going to mute my sound at my end because I'm getting messages. Just let me know if it's affecting the sound you hear, if you can still hear me clearly. Can you still hear me clearly, Karen? Can you just type yes if you can? Maybe you can't. All right, I've unmuted. Okay, so we're going to move on. We're going to move on into the strengths and weaknesses. So have your goal written down in front of you and have your piece of paper from last week where you've got your ambitions and your needs. And then further down the page, you're going to write strengths and weaknesses. So you've got ambitions, needs, a line down the middle, a line through the center, strengths, weaknesses. And we're going to get straight into it. So we're going to look at your goal and what strengths you have that can support your needs. So your needs were those essentials that are required to meet your goal. So the example used last week is if you're wanting to lose weight, and the essential reason around that, or the need for that, is for good health in the sense of limiting the chance of getting diabetes, taking strain off bones, reducing the risk of heart disease, etc. So these are needs. So we're going to look at your strengths you have to help you achieve those needs. And by achieving those needs, you're going to meet your goal. So, and then we'll look at the weaknesses, those limitations that work against you in meeting those needs. And then we'll look at what strengths you have that can help support those of those weaknesses, or which weaknesses you can just let go of. So, okay, we might get into it straight away. And I just thought, with all the energy around this full moon, we might just do a few little asanas just through the neck, the shoulders, just to start grounding yourself back into the body. So if you want to just make yourself comfortable, and whether that be sitting or lying, whatever you prefer, and just set yourself up, evenly place the weight through the body, through the buttocks. Allow the shoulders to drop back and down away from the ears. And allow the eyes to softly close if that's comfortable, or just have them lowered to a point that's not moving. And just take a moment to feel into the whole body, how you're feeling at this point in time. And just take mental note of that. And observe the quality of your mental state at this time of day. For those live, that's around 4 p.m. And again, just taking mental note. And start to settle the awareness on the breath. Noticing the quality of the breath. The breath being the thread between the body and mind. The body, a gross expression of the mind. The mind, a subtle expression of the body. And take the awareness into the neck. And on the exhalation, drop chin down towards the chest. And on the inhalation, raise the chin up towards the ceiling. And work with the breath. Exhalation, lower chin to chest. Inhalation, chin up towards ceiling. And continue doing that with the breath. Movement and breath synchronized. And next time the head raises to center, inhale, exhale, turn the head towards the right as if looking over the right shoulder. Inhale, center, exhale, left. And continue with the breath from side to side. Next time head returns to center. Exhale, lower right ear towards right shoulder. And inhale, center, exhale over towards left. And continue that movement with the breath. The eyes are gently closed if comfortable. The awareness is with movement of head, synchronized with breath. One final round. And remain centered when the head returns from the left side. Maintaining that inner awareness. And feeling into any subtle changes physically through a mindful movement of neck, and allow the awareness to settle on the breath. the natural movement of breath within the abdomen. No need to change or alter the breath. Simply be aware of the quality of breath at the abdomen. Feel the expansion with inhalation, slight compression with exhalation. Full awareness of movement of abdomen with the natural breath at the abdomen. And begin to introduce a mental count to the breath. Abdomen breathes in 9. Abdomen breathes out 9. That's one breath, one count. Abdomen breathes in 8. Abdomen breathes out 8. Continue the mental count backwards. If 0 is reached or count is lost, begin again at 9. Awareness of the mental count of the abdominal breath. Drop the count. Relax and release breath awareness. And allow the awareness to settle at the dark space behind the closed eyes. The screen is of the mind, known as Chittakash. And here visualize a big blackboard. At the top, clearly write one's goal, one's intention for 2018. At the top on the left side under this, the word ambitions, and to the right are needs. And these are all the ambitions and needs that were recognised last week around this goal. The needs are the essentials, the things that are required and are essential to be met to reach this goal. The ambitions could be fanciful. One may have no idea how you would achieve these desires, these ambitions, more also known as desires. Just see if any percolate up. Allow the desires/ambitions on the left, the needs on the right, the essentials. And leave these two lists and return to the breath. The natural breath within the abdomen. Follow every inhalation and every exhalation. Travel the full length of the exhalation from start to end. And after the next exhalation, release the awareness of breath. And again, go back to that space behind the closed eyes. See the big blackboard with your goal clearly written. The ambitions and needs listed. And down below the ambitions and needs, under ambitions, the word strengths. Under needs, a new list of weaknesses/limitations. And start to allow all those strengths that one has to achieve those goals, to achieve that one single goal that's been written at the top. All the best qualities that you have, those you know you have, those that you suspect you have that remain unexpressed or unused. Those strengths that might be beyond one's knowledge at this point in time. No time for modesty. Let them all just percolate up innately, that wisdom's within. The physical strengths, mental strengths, emotional strengths, spiritual strengths. See that long lists of strengths. And now return to the breath. The breath deep within the abdomen. Mental count to the breath, from 9 back towards 0, 1 count per breath. Abdomen breathes in 9, abdomen breathes out 9. Abdomen breathes in 8, abdomen breathes out 8. Continue the mental count backwards. Drop the count, relax breath awareness, and direct the awareness back into the space behind the closed eyes. See the big blackboard with the goal clearly written, ambitions, needs, strengths, and now come to weaknesses, those limitations that hold oneself back from achieving those needs to meet the goal. The limitations which have to be recognized. Limitations of nature, which are in fact and cannot be changed, have to be accepted. Limitations of circumstances, which may be able to be improved or changed with effort over time. And now allow those limitations just to percolate up. Those weaknesses, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. No need to seek them out. This wisdom is there. Allow them to surface as they wish. And leave the limitations. See the long list of strengths, the shorter list of weaknesses. And just recognize what strengths can help those weaknesses or can support those weaknesses. Draw a line mentally from those strengths to the weaknesses. And go back to the long list of strengths. And draw a line from those strengths that can support the needs. Recognize all those strengths that one has can help achieve the needs, and by doing so, achieve one's goal. And just allowing this whole image of the blackboard to fade, dissolve away. And return to the breath. The natural ebb and flow of breath within the abdomen. And start to feel your breath moving your body. Feel the effect it's having on your abdomen, your rib cage, your shoulder blades. Begin to extend your awareness out to the sounds. Listen for the sounds, invite them in. Visualize the objects making the sounds. And then feel fully into your body. Feel the weight, the pressure, the points of body in contact with the floor, chairs, and begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers, rotate your wrists, and a gentle movement of your neck. And then when ready, just gently opening the eyes, and you've got your piece of paper in front of you, and under the word strengths, just write down any strengths that came up. Just writing your list of strengths, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, those strengths that will support you in achieving your goal. Sometimes the mind can go a bit blank at this point. Don't be concerned. They'll eventually all just percolate up again. Just write down what can be remembered. And now just go over to the piece, the right side where you've got weaknesses, limitations written down, and write down any weaknesses that came up physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And just see how the limitations and weaknesses list is shorter than your strengths. You might want to just take a moment now to draw a line from your strengths that support and can work with any weaknesses. Depending what your goal are, there might be weaknesses there that you can delegate out. Put a little asterisk near those, knowing that they can be delegated out, depending what your goal may be. And for now, you can just place your pens down as we're coming to draw to the end of the session. And so today, for those who've joined for the first time this week and may have come on a little bit later than when we started this session, last week we looked at the ambitions and needs around your goal. So what I'll do is I'll put a link here which will take you through to extra resources to support you in the practice. There's a blog on the meditation of SWAN, which is an acronym, Strengths, Weaknesses, Ambitions and Needs. And there you can also access additional resources to help you work in this practice and give you a bit more information around each stage, because it can be a little bit confusing when you first start this practice, but it can be very helpful, especially achieving goals. So you might just want to let me know how you went with this practice today, if you could follow it and if it was clear for you. Anything really. And also for those who joined at the beginning, I asked you to really tune in to see how you're feeling physically, mentally. I didn't say emotionally, which most probably would have been a good one to check into today since this full moon. And maybe you can just pop in now how you're feeling at the end of the practice, any benefits you may have received from it. And of course, if you have any questions, fire them away. I will get back to you. So thanks for joining. We'll be on again will be Tuesday. Today was just a reschedule, so thanks for rescheduling with me. Next Tuesday, 4 p.m, and we'll do the complete practice next week. It's going to be a good half-hour practice. And even though I was trying to limit these to 15, I think it's safe to say sessions will be a half-hour long each week. But next week is going to be purely no writing, a complete practice, which will be very enjoyable. Okay, so thanks again, and I hope to see you next week. Om.